Arms that are over 14.5 inches in circumference are considered above average for men, and just adding a few inches of muscle to your arms will make you look stronger, fitter, and even more attractive. In fact, in a survey of over 100 college-age women across the country, the majority of them ranked arms as the biggest turn-on. And when you have strong, defined arms, they can be visible whether you're wearing a t-shirt, long sleeve shirt, or even a sweater. So today I'm going to give you 5 of the best tips to add inches of muscle onto your arms fast. First, I'm going to give you a very specific step-by-step plan that you can use to set up your arm workouts today, and this method is guaranteed to help you build bigger arms fast. It revolves around one of my favorite super simple training strategies for arm growth that most people are not using properly: supersets. If you're not familiar with supersets, in general, a superset is performing 2 sets back to back with no break in between. The key is no break at all. I see a lot of people setting up their next set or waiting a minute or two until the burn is gone, but you want to make sure that you go from one set to the next with absolutely as little of a break as possible. So the specific superset that I want you to start your workout with is shoulder width grip standing barbell curls, and you're going to superset that with seated grip easy bar preachur curls. So for the standing barbell bicep curl, you need to use a weight that's heavy enough for you to fail somewhere between around 8 to 10 reps. Then for seated preachur curls, we're going to be shooting for a much lighter weight, but you're going to be going for 20 reps. And keep in mind, the weight should still be challenging enough that you're barely able to squeeze those 20 reps out. You should be hitting failure either on the 20th rep or earlier. After you're done with the superset, you're going to take a 2 to 3 minute break and repeat these 2 exercises back to back for 3 sets. After that, you're going to do alternating standing dumbbell curls for 10 reps on each side, and you're going to superset that with outward dumbbell curls for 20 reps. So to do outward dumbbell curls, you're just going to keep your elbows tight to your body while you rotate your forearms and hands away from your body and then perform curls that way. Next, you'll work on your triceps by supersetting heavy skull crushers for 10 reps with diamond or close grip push-ups for 20 reps. After 3 sets of that, you'll superset dumbbell behind the head tricep extensions for 10 reps with 2 arm dumbbell kickbacks for 20 reps. And finally, last but not least, you're just going to superset heavy cable bicep curls for 10 reps with heavy cable tricep extensions for 10 reps. So that simple structure is going to be your entire workout, and you could take a screenshot right now of the workout log that's on the screen. Now, a huge part that makes this workout work, and something that you will absolutely want to do as the weeks go by, is progressively overload all of these exercises with an emphasis on lifting heavy. So each time that you do these exercises, the goal is going to be to up the weight more than the last time. Obviously, it isn't realistic for you to up the weight every single time that you train your arms. In fact, you may get stuck for a while, sometimes even a month or longer, but the goal should always be to push yourself to up your weight. If you're easily able to complete all 10 reps or all 20 reps of your superset, then that means that you need to increase the weight load, even if it's a small amount like 2.5 pounds on each side. Those small incremental increases in weight load are hugely responsible for helping you grow. If you stick to the same weight every time, you will see some initial results, but your results will taper off. The only way to consistently see results is to consistently push the intensity of your workout, and the best way to do that with weights is by upping the weight over time. For some reason, many people treat their arms differently than they treat other muscles in their body, like their chest, back, and legs. But the truth is that it's just as important to push yourself to failure and up that weight load with arms as it is with other muscles in your body that you want to grow. The same way that you focus on upping your weight on exercises like the bench press, squats, and deadlifts, you should also focus on upping your weight for bicep curls and tricep extensions. I want you to keep in mind that pushing yourself to lift heavier weight is so important that I would rather have you drop your rep count slightly and only be able to complete 7 to 8 reps of your first exercise during each superset due to the fact that you'll hit failure that way, rather than easily hitting 10 on each set. In fact, if you're hitting 10 on every single set, that alone shows that you're not using enough weight and you should increase it. You should be dropping in the amount of reps that you can do as the sets go on and fatigue starts to set in. Now let's move on to one of the biggest keys to making sure that you actually grow, which is your diet. And in a nutshell, you want to make sure that you eat a lot of food, enough to create a calorie surplus. This doesn't mean that your diet should be full of junk food, nor does it mean that you can eat an infinite amount of calories, because that will make you gain a bunch of body fat in the process. To easily figure out about how many calories you should be eating per day, you can multiply your body weight by 15, and that'll give you your maintenance calories. Then you can add 300 to 500 calories to that number per day, and you can adjust from there in the coming weeks by adding calories if you're not gaining any weight or subtracting calories if you're gaining too much body fat. To help ensure that you don't gain much body fat, you should be eating healthy sources of protein, carbs, and fats. Some of my favorite foods for building muscle include ground turkey, chicken tenders, fish, lean ground beef, cottage cheese, brown rice, oats, sweet potatoes, green vegetables, avocados, nuts, and healthy oils like olive, coconut, and avocado oil. With a clean bulking diet like this, it'll be very difficult to gain the wrong kind of weight in the form of body fat. Even though you can technically add muscle with 1 or 2 meals per day, studies show that it's best to try to evenly distribute your protein intake throughout the day, so keep that in mind. So to add muscle optimally, I recommend that you at least have 3, but ideally 4 meals per day with a relatively even distribution of protein per meal. To be exact and to correctly and easily distribute your calories between protein, carbs, and fats, start by having about 0.73 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Once you have the amount of grams of protein that you should be eating per day, multiply that amount by 4 since there's 4 calories in every gram of protein, and then subtract that from your total daily calories. Then the rest of your calories that are left over, you can evenly divide between carbs and fats or skew them more towards one of them if that matches your food preferences. So for example, if you would want to go evenly in half, you would divide your leftover calories by 2 and then divide again by 9 to get the grams of fat per day, and divide the other half by 4 to get your grams of carbs per day. Instead, if you want to simplify all this even further, you can just use a calorie calculator online by Googling bulking macro calculator or by using our macro calculator in the description below. It's very important that you take the time to actually do this because without the right nutrients, you won't be able to add much size to your arms at all. Another thing that you want to make sure you do is train your arms more frequently, at least 2 times a week. You should have an arm-specific day at least twice a week where you focus on your biceps and triceps, and if you'd like, you can combine that with a few shoulder exercises like overhead presses and lateral raises as well. You can do the same bicep and tricep exercises for your second arm day workout every single week, but I'd recommend swapping some of them for other exercises to provide your body more variation. Some good exercise alternatives to swap in for biceps include concentration curls, hammer curls, close grip preachur curls, and alternating incline dumbbell curls. Some great exercise alternatives for triceps include close grip tricep bench press, dips, easy bar overhead tricep extensions, also known as French curls, and cable tricep overhead extensions. Any of these exercises can be assigned as your heavy first set for 10 or as your lighter superset for 20. Regardless of whether you decide to change up your routine between the 2 days or if you do the same exact workout as your first arm day, it's proven that training your arms twice a week rather than just once yields significantly better results. This is due to the fact that muscle protein synthesis will be stimulated for 2 to 3 days tops after you train your arms. So if you're only training them once a week, that leaves 4 days of the week where your arms are not optimally stimulated for growth. If you're training your arms twice a week, do your best to position your arm days 3 to 4 days apart to maximize that growth. Last but not least, sleep is a crucial piece of the puzzle that many people that want to build muscle overlook. While you sleep, your body releases many hormones like growth hormone, for example, which plays a vital role in muscle growth and repair. This hormone helps rebuild damaged muscle tissue and promotes the synthesis of new muscle fibers, leading to increased strength and size over time. On top of that, sleep is extremely important because it allows your body to enter into a state of deep relaxation, which helps reduce muscle tension and inflammation. This relaxation can also help improve blood flow to the muscles, delivering oxygen and nutrients needed for growth and repair. If, on the other hand, you don't get enough sleep, it'll cause your body to release hormones like cortisol that slow down the muscle building process. Not getting enough sleep is also absolutely horrible for your testosterone levels, and you obviously want to keep your testosterone levels optimized and elevated when your goal is to add muscle to your arms. So do not overlook sleep. There's a reason why there's a saying that to build muscle you need 3 things. You need to eat, lift, sleep, and repeat. It's best to try to get a minimum of 8 hours of sleep per night, and it really helps to try to get to sleep at around the same time each night and wake up around the same time each morning. Getting into a consistent routine can help ensure that you get plenty of restful sleep each night. So that about wraps it up. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you're looking for a simplified approach to burning fat and building all the muscles in your body, including your legs, back, chest, and arms, check out my free 6-week shred. You'll be put through a streamlined process and you'll get a full workout plan with a video exercise library, a customizable diet plan, a recipe book, and an accountability coach to help guide you through the entire process. Visit my website where you can get all of this for free just by putting your best foot forward and sticking to the plan. To find out more, you can click the link in the description below, or you can visit my website directly at gravitytransformation.com. I'll see you guys soon.